video for you guys. This is going to be more like a customer service type of review, not necessarily a part install, even though I am putting something on the bike. If you guys been following our videos, you might recall back in March when we were down at Daytona, I had an issue with the lock, and I'm going to show you that in a second here. I had an issue with the fork lock on the bike where our first night out in Daytona, push the lock in, lock the forks, come back out to the bike, and the key's just not working. And I'm trying, we did all sorts of things. And by the time this started happening, it's probably like 7 o'clock at night. So we ended up calling the company where I got the triple tree from, which is actually Thrashin Supply. And I gotta say, kudos to them, man. I spoke to a young lady there, and I forget her name, but I spoke to a young lady there. She put me in contact with one of her texts, and we're trying all sorts of things, you know, trying to get this thing to work, and we just couldn't do it. Without question, she's like, what's your address? I'll have one sent out to you as soon as possible. Mind you, it's bike week. At this time, by the time I was done with everything, it's probably around 8 o'clock. I didn't even think I was going to be able to speak to a live person, let alone get someone that was so helpful. And again, we pay a lot of money for these things to be on our bikes, and things are going to break. But the fact that they went above and, to me, added their way, because I felt like they were kind of closing, and they probably didn't want to be there. But she was super helpful, super respectful, and just took care of me. Again, I didn't ask for a replacement. I was just trying to get my forks unlocked so I could ride my bike, and then I was just going to deal with that later. But when we got back from bike week, I go check my mailbox, and there the part was. And I'll show you guys all this stuff, and it's just a replacement for the fork lock. Again, not a big deal, but it's more about the customer service. Again, like I said, we pay a lot of money to put these things on our bikes, and just having that decent customer service, and again, this was more than decent, this was great. Just goes to show you, like, whenever I sell my bike, if I ever do, like, I'm gonna go back to Thrashing and just get their parts again. I mean, that's how great it was, and that's one of those things that, as consumers, we look for when we buy things. Again, top-notch quality service. Again, we're spending our hard-earned cash. I mean, that triple tree ran me a couple $100. And again, things do break, but the fact that they were able to essentially take care of my issue so quickly and without question, they're like, yeah, we're gonna get you something out on the way. No problem. What's your address? That was really greatly appreciated. I'll show you what I'm talking about here in a second. So this is what I'm talking about right here. So this is where the fork lock is. And as you can see in there, when we were down in bike week, we just ended up breaking it. It took us some time. Luckily we had tools in our saddlebags, but again, Thrashing Supply's customer service was just top notch. So we're gonna try to get that taken care of today, replace with the lock they sent us, and go from there. So real quick, I am going to try to do this while having to take apart my hand controls. I just don't want to have to go through the trouble of reassembling everything. So I think I should be able to just loosen up the triple tree, have it slide off from the forks, and I should have enough space and slack in the cables that I should be able to get under there, remove the lock, and go from there. So let's see how this works out. So to get the triple tree off, I'm going to use 2 Allen hex bits. So to get the triple tree off, it's a total of 3 bolts. There's 2 on the side and 1 up top. And to get those off, I'm going to use a Allen head. So to get the triple tree off, it's a total of 3 bolts. I'm going to get the 2 off on the side and the 1 up top. I'm going to use an Allen socket. This is a, what is this? This is a 1 1/4 and a 5/16 Allen socket. I'm going to use those just to loosen up the triple tree, try to lift it up, and try to get under where the lock is. I am going to take the bolts out completely and just reapply Loctite, just because. So let's try to get. And just so you guys can see what I'm talking about, that's what it looks like under there. So that gold nut, I'm going to try to take that off. Try to focus this with the adjustable wrench. Okay, so it was a simple install. Again, not really an install video, but just a replacement part. Real simple. Lock works now. Just a typical fork lock. Push it in. As long as it's a little difficult with one hand. But you push it in, there it is. Take the key. If I can get it in the right way. And there it is. Close it up, it's concealed. Again, just a huge shout out to Thrashin Supply. Their customer service was excellent. Alright, so that's going to do it for this video. It was just a quick install video. Real appreciative of the customer service with Thrashin Supply. Again, we spend a lot of money on these things. It's just nice to know that there's decent companies out there, and I for one, appreciate it. Alright guys, till the next one. Be safe. See ya.